Yeah, Elvis, very good morning to you. They say a lie's gone all around the world before the truth get a chance to put on its pants. That's where we are right now. The Lord spoke to me. How do you know that? How do you qualify this kind of thing even? Well, this story's gone around the world. I can tell you that in the last 24 hours. It's causing quite a stir, especially in markets like the UK and the like. These are the pictures of Prophet Letlebo of the Mount Zion General Assembly, who's been spraying doom on members of the congregation, if you've just joined us, all over social media, and as you can understand, causing quite a stir. To talk to us about this, Neo Motlong is SABC's multimedia producer. He's with us here in studio to talk about, well, this sensation really. No, it's a sensation now, isn't it?
It's a sensation. I mean, one day you wake up and it's all over social media and people are really taking it, talking about it. And as you can see, looking at the graph, those are the countries where it's actually trending. Besides South Africa, you have Argentina and parts of the UK and some European countries. People are using the hashtag doom. But there are other hashtags also that have been making rounds on social media. But this one is the main one.
The main one, it's over mainland Europe, pretty much all over Southern Africa, and even in South America. The prophet of doom. Is that what he's now called? The doom prophet or the prophet of doom?
They're calling him the prophet of doom now because that's the hashtag that is pulling traffic this morning. So names are changing. He's been dubbed so many names, but doom is the main one.
And what's the kind of general sentiment on social media right now? We're, of course, asking our viewers the question, should this guy be arrested? Because that's what came out of the previous show, Morning Live. You saw the segment with Leanne.
Yeah, there are mixed reactions, especially on social media, because people are calling that you cannot regulate social media, or you cannot regulate Christianity or religion. But when you're looking at the numbers this morning, about over 300K accounts on Twitter have been reached, and over 433K impressions on social media. That is just people who are seeing this tweet on their timeline. And the numbers are growing as the day progresses.
And I saw lots of memes out there. What were some of the memes that you guys picked out for us?
There are a number of memes. I mean, there's this one where it's a starter pack actually for pastors as soon as it shows. There are different people who are talking about, there was one where someone was studying for their exams and they had the doom spray over it, like this one with the black card.
You spray your credit card, it could...
Right, and then your finances turn out well. And there are other ones that are really circulating. You had people like the Minister of Sports who was also tweeting, and there's this one also that is, it's a Christian song. It's also making rounds on social media.
Yeah.
We had Figile Mbalula also tweeting this. You had prominent people and another one also making rounds on social media.
Well, interesting. Interesting. Neo, thanks for joining us. Thank you for coming and telling us what's going on. Of course, this is how the world now works. Neo is multimedia producer here at SABC News. Of course, you can interact with him on the sabc.co.za website with all the content that's available on this story and a whole host of others. Of course, we've got a lot of tweets coming in on our poll. Let's take a look at some of those tweets that you guys have been putting on. This one from Jobson Kuna says, newsroom people must be arrested are the women who were the doom sprayed because they want to see miracles. Why women to all those dirty games? Miracles, desperate, I would think. Vulnerable, Mboni, is the thing. These are vulnerable, desperate people. I think that's what we need to understand. People are vulnerable and they're being abused. Tabo says, if it heals them, why arrest him? Well, Tabo's the problem, I think. Rangwane Marumo says, no, his congregation should be arrested for being so stupid to let him abuse them like that. Rangwane, what about vulnerability? These are vulnerable people. Tsepo Mohapi talks about, no, it's so stupid to allow them, needs the hiding. There's no doom in the Bible. Siwa says, the doom prophet must be arrested, but because people are not insects. As simple as that. Doom prophet must fall. Shining Light says, newsroom, he should spend the whole of his miserable life in prison. That's what the poll we're running. More than 80% of the almost 300 people voting today say arrest this man. We need to make an example of this because it's a problem that's seemingly not going away. Now, of course, you know, you've seen this picture and many others doing the rounds. Let's have a look at what else is on, what the other hashtags are you should be looking at right now. Hashtag Doom Prophet, you see it on the screen now. As he's now been dubbed, there are many comments, jokes and memes about this. Yeah, just a couple of those. The Bible will hurt you with the truth, but it will never comfort you with a lie. Then this tweet from Abuti says, fight ignorance, fight ignorance, fight ignorance. Lesejo goes on, there's nothing wrong with what the pastor did. There's everything wrong with those who refuse to use their brains. And Somi says, I like how God is just exposing all the false prophets. Interesting. Now, let's move on from this news from next door. Zimbabwean President Robert Mugabe announced his 2023 retirement. Yes, a very interesting one. It's caused a sensation, as you can imagine. In international news, the 7.3 magnitude Japan quake, which struck near Fukushima, has led to a tsunami warning there once again. The Fukushima nuclear plant staff have been asked to evacuate already there. The hashtag Pray for Japan is now starting to make the rounds. Then, icy and foggy conditions in northeastern China are said to be the cause of the massive car pileup involving 52 vehicles. 52 vehicles there. 17 people are believed to have died. There you see the picture of that pileup now. An incredible 52 vehicles involved in that pileup in northern China. Now, the prophet of doom, of course, have been all over the news. Lots of prominent people have been taking to their phones to tell us what they think about this. Let's have a look at just some of the interesting tweets we picked up. This is from Mbaks, the Minister of Sport himself. He says, they are giving a whole new meaning to the prophet of doom phrase. Yes, Mr. Minister, they sure are. Ryan Cummings, who's a soccer analyst, nothing humorous about the doom debacle. What I see is people in desperate need of being dehumanized in the name of God. Tragic. Yes, we have a lot of vulnerable people that are being preyed on. Mups goes on, just when you think you've seen it all with snakes, nudity, petrol, grass, another pastor accepts the ridiculous challenge, and now doom. Simple wow at the end there. That one from Mups Moponyani saying, well, what he thinks on the whole doom thing. Mark Lottering, of course, has had a field day with it. Mark says he's trying it on his hair, but nothing fell out, apparently. That was according to Mark Lottering. But, you know, everyone's going to have a field day with this one because it's so far out there on the ridiculous radar. Now, a picture of the day comes from Trippy at Vanessa Hot Mess, and it's captioned, I want to do my problems away. Wait, will die roach work? Is the pastor on Twitter? I need answers. Yeah, everyone's had a laugh. No, die roach doesn't work. You have to speak to the pastor directly, apparently. Of course, this is all in good spirits, as has been a lot of the conversation around this on social media. I think a lot of people battling to get their head around it. Let's take a look at our tweet of the day. This one from Anelem Doda. And she says, I'm not concerned about the pastor who sprays doom in people's faces as much as I'm concerned about the people who allow it. Now, Vanessa, or it's Anela, unfortunately, we have many vulnerable people in South Africa. And we cannot blame them for their vulnerability. I think that is something we need to get our heads around.